I'm fine with that.
Everybody okay? If not, let me know. I promise we can stop. Okay, so for the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I just asked if everybody is okay with group, familiar with group, this a review, or are we starting from scratch? So I know how to go through
For me, I think it's more of a review.
a review. Perfect. Okay. All
Same.
right, well, let's
That's
get
same.
for you to review. Okay, that's good. Well, let's go through. Okay, so my idea and my goal for tonight is to go through these visuals, talk about it a little bit, and then at the end, just 15 questions on pocket prep on the subject groups. But I have to have everybody promise that we can all participate because I don't want to answer it by myself. Deal?
Deal.
Okay, when I do my guidance lessons with my kiddos, when I say deal, they have to say pickle. Elementary. So
Pickle.
elementary. But they love
Deal.
it. I'm like, deal, pickle. So we rolling.
Pickle.
Okay. So groups. For some reason, I kind of like groups. So I might sound a little passionate tonight about this. First and foremost, we have to know that the person who coined the term groups is Jacob Moreno. I remember Jacob because his middle name is Levi, and I like that name. I don't know why, I just like Levi. So Jacob Levi Moreno, he coined the term group therapy, and he is considered the father of psychodrama. It is actually him and his wife. So he emphasizes enacting conflict or crisis situations. The director and producer would always be the group leader. And that's all you really need to know about Jacob
Good.
Moreno. Okay. However, the preface of groups would be, of course, Alfred Adler. Okay. Jacob Moreno coined the term group therapy.
For real?
However, the prefix, what they say
Huh?
who came before and talked
I thought
about,
you was getting married out of country. Huh?
I'm trying to mute. Sorry, y'all.
Thought they was going out of country. Somebody got a hot mic.
Oops.
Huh?
Tiffany, you got
Oh.
a mic.
Huh?
Tip, you on two videos?
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Don't.
I ain't muted, am I?
Okay. So remember, Jacob Moreno coined the term group therapy. Adler is the preface of group therapy because he did the family when he kind of started, he was basing things on the family constellation and how, birth order and all of that got started. So he was kind of the preface of group therapy. So a memory device is his name start with an A. A comes in the alphabet. You always know that Adler was the preface of group therapy. Who coined the term group therapy was Joseph Moreno. Okay. Then we have Yalom's 11
Wait,
curative
was it
factors.
Joseph or Jacob?
Jacob. I said
Oh,
Joseph.
okay. Yeah. I'm
I'm
like, wait,
sorry.
I thought it was Jacob.
Jacob, my bad.
Okay.
Y'all keep me on my toes. Jacob Levi Moreno. Y'all always gonna remember Levi, watch. J.L. Moreno. He coined the term group therapy, psychodrama. So he was into acting. Okay. Preface Alfred Adler. Why? Remember, he talked a lot about birth order. He talked about family. He talked about inferiority because all of this stuff. Remember Alfred Adler. Okay. Then we get to Yalom's character factors. How many of them is it?
11.
11.
11.
11. I love it. 11. So here are some of, let me see. There's people still coming in. Here are some of the curative factors. So altruism That simply means giving back without expecting anything in return. Okay? Basically, what that means, hold on 1 second, y'all. I don't know where it went. Y'all can see it? So basically what that means, y'all can see it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so basically what that means is giving back to the group or society without expecting anything in return. The best way I can explain this is volunteering. When you think about it, when you volunteer, you're not looking for anything in return. You just want to give, right?
Right.
So that's one of his terms. Universality. Anybody know what that means?
That's when everybody goes through the same problem, so you don't feel alone, like especially in group settings, like everybody's suffering with depression or everybody's, feeling the
Perfect.
same emotions.
Perfect. Now, if we're in a group setting, right, and we all talking, how will we put together a universal situation?
Self-disclosure.
Yeah. Yeah. What if Susie talking about how she is depressed, right? Since we brought up depressed because her husband left her, right? But we listened to John last week say the same thing.
Oh, linking.
We're gonna link it, but it's universal, right? So we just
Right.
use two words that we need to know. Perfect. Just let them know you're not alone. Hey, John, you remember you was going through that? Let Susie know how this worked. How did you feel? So that's how that works. Interpersonal learning. Remember interpersonal, what does that mean? Because it's
Inter means two. So
mhm, between
personal
you and someone
relation.
else.
Mhm.
Perfect. Interpersonal learning is finding out about themselves and others. Okay. That's when we're in that stage where we're what kind of norming, right? And everybody talking about themselves and finding out different things. That's where interpersonal learning takes place. Sorry. Imparting information just mean teaching. Most of the time, imparting information will be done in a psychoeducational group, kind of. But that's when you have the opportunity to teach certain things that you know that you can give off to the group. Developing socialization techniques. I've heard a lot. This became very popular, which this is old, but very popular in group therapy after COVID, that people had to learn how to socialize again, to be around different people, how do we socialize in person now, and everything like that. So when developing socialization techniques would be something like that, having a group do some kind of, what would that be, like an icebreaker or something where they can talk and socialize and get to have great conversations with people face to face, right? But
Mhm.
when you do that, you have to go ahead and imitative behavior. That simply means that other people get a chance to see the group members model good behavior, or the leader model the way we are going to do this. And they're able to look at other people's behaviors and kind of adopt it themselves if they didn't know, how to have appropriate behavior or what's the mannerism and things like that. Okay. So at this point, they're learning. That's what Yalom is saying. Okay. Group cohesiveness. Somebody give me that.
When the group is on one accord, everybody gets along, they are agreeing on things easily, there's no real disputes or anything like that.
Yeah, you feel
At
like
what
you're home.
stage will we start seeing cohesiveness?
Farming, storming, norming.
We'll start norming. Yeah. When I think of cohesiveness, I don't know why glue comes into my head.
Me too.
You too? Okay. Because
Yes.
I
It's like
think one time
adhesive, cohesive, like
Yeah.
cohesive,
yeah,
adhesive,
sticking.
yes. I think it was because one time I was trying to fix something with Gorilla Glue. Don't do that. And I saw, and I was like, oh my God, so it's going together. It said when it get hot, it's sticky and all this. So I think of glue. Catharsis. What is that?
Oh, a release of emotion.
Yes. I don't remember, like, as a kid, when I couldn't yell at my mama, I would go in my room and scream in that pillow so loud. So loud, but she wouldn't hear me. But what I was doing was expressing catharsis, however you say that. It's a release of emotion. Like, I watched a movie and it was funny, but the dudes was on the mountain and they just went ahead and just started screaming. It looked like it felt so good, but they needed to release it, and that's basically what it was. This one right here is a word.
Corrective
Somebody say that.
recapitulation. Correct.
Collective
No,
Habituation.
recapitulation.
recapitulation.
Of primary
Recapitulation.
family groups. Okay. Members may come to view a group as a second family and may positively influence their idea of a family. So this typically happen in what stage? Again,
Norming.
norming. This my family. I mean, these people, I've seen them
No.
for however long the group will go, but we start opening up. We done cried together because we in the norming stage, and we fought together in the storming stage. We met each other in the forming stage,
Forming.
but now, we're
Yeah,
going
we
through this
family now.
together. It's my family. We in it. Okay?
Can I ask a question, Brittany?
Yeah.
Um, well, could that also be, I don't know, like I'm looking at performing. Is that like the responsibility of the group together,
Working. Mm-hmm.
the working
Working
of
through
it?
it.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I just was looking at that, like
No,
perform.
yeah, you're right. I would push it towards working because they're working together and see them as a family. I think I would just, that was around the same thing as
Yeah, but I
the
can see how norm.
cohesiveness part.
Yeah, yeah.
Working,
Oh, that's right. Yalom has working, and then Tuckman has performing.
have performing,
Okay.
yeah. But they all mean the same, but three of them is Yalom,
Tuckman,
Corey,
Tuckman.
and
Is that what
the
you
other
just said?
person.
Jasmine Tuckman. Is that what you just said?
Tuckman,
Tuckman,
yes.
yeah.
I like Tuckman, his easy. Um, and then of course, what I said, installation of hope. So encouraging that recovery is possible. And then of course, existential factors. It's Yalom, so he gonna throw his stuff in there, right? He's an existentialist. So life and death are reality. I feel like once you know and you grasp the concept, that's why I kind of like existentialism. Once you grasp the concept that we will die, okay, so let me do what I need to do while I'm here. What's my purpose? You get what I'm saying? So now I know that it's a reality that I will die. Let me get myself together now because it will come, right? So of course he had to throw that in there. Then here's Corey's group counseling core skills. We already know two of them because we just used it, right? Um, so active listening, we're counselors. We know active listening, you just listen, you don't say nothing, you nod your head to show them that I am paying attention to you. Reflecting, they say something, you reflect it back to them just to make sure you got exactly what they're saying. Clarification, if you don't understand something they're saying, it's okay to ask them, can you help me understand this? Or, how you feeling? Help me understand that better. Summarizing, giving back what they said to you. Sometimes you can give back what they said to you and you add maybe an emotion that they're not sure that they're using or they're having. Facilitating, of course, as a group, we got to facilitate. The storyteller just can't keep talking. We need you to be quiet. Emphasizing, interpreting. So interpreting what someone else is saying. So what you're saying is X, Y, and Z. Is that correct? Did I get it right? I want to make sure I'm getting this. Blocking. This is something, as you can see, is with the red asterisks. This is something that will pop up. Blocking would be when the counselor is stopping a conflict or stopping something that can hinder your group. Okay, so we're blocking. Initiating, questioning, linking what we just talked about. If Sarah going through depression and we heard John say it, let's link them together. You know, John, hey, can you tell Sarah how it was for you and how you got over it and let her know that there is hope? Hopefully, John is hopeful, but you can link that together. Confronting is used a lot in a lot of therapeutic ways, different modalities. However, in groups, we kind of want to be a little careful with confronting or having like the confrontation part. I heard confrontation is more useful in drug groups because sometimes they deal with that defense mechanism of denial or, rationalization. So sometimes you got to call them out on their stuff to let them know, no, you still high, you know? Um, so those two for sure, blocking and linking, okay? Supporting, assessing, modeling, suggesting, um, evaluating, and terminating. These are all core skills, which is counseling skills. So I don't think these would be hard for us to remember. Just knowing what blocking and linking is, and universality, which was one of the curative factors. These two names we might want to remember. Only thing about Henry Pratt is he was just another pioneer in group work. They didn't speak much about him, but he's one of the big people. And Gene Addams actually was a prosecutor of course he was, because he's a social worker, and for some reason social workers don't like counselors. I don't know what we did to them, but they don't like the fact that we probably would be able to get paid just as they do, and stuff like that. But he was a prosecutor of the modern group work. Okay. All right. Now, here's the reason how group therapy got started. It flourished in the United States due to the shortage of counselors to do individual therapy for soldiers. So they started grouping the soldiers together, and then all of a sudden, there you go, bam, we got a group therapy. Okay. Groups have a definable membership, and there is unity, and group shares a sense of purpose. So that's where that universality come from, linking, I'm not by myself, you feel the same way, all of those. There's open group and there's closed group. Somebody tell me what an open group is.
Open group members can come and go as they please.
They can join at any time.
They can join at any time. What's a drawback from it?
It's too many people. Like if you already started with like 5 and then 2 more come in, that can change the dynamic of the group. Like then you kind of got to start all over with
Yeah.
you
Catch them up,
Yeah.
and it's not the group for cohesiveness. People coming in, they leaving, it's unstable. I can't connect with you. I don't know you. And then here you come, and we already in the working stage, and now we got to catch
They're
you
always
up.
storming.
Yeah. Yeah, we can always storm because who are you? Right? And then closed groups.
They
Somebody
don't
want to
allow
hit?
new members.
Yep. Look, no new friends. I thought that was so funny. No new
That's
friends,
right.
no new friends. Um, this is where cohesiveness starts because we started together, we stormed together, we normed together, we worked, and now we fighting, and I'm gonna cry because I ain't gonna be able to see you no more. So yes, closed groups are the best. So it's two different things over here. Let's focus on the risky shift phenomenon. Can somebody tell me about it?
If my friends go and jump off a bridge, I'm
Like
jump
your
off the
mama
bridge,
said.
right? You gonna jump off the bridge with them, or you gonna make the smart decision? So you're
Mhm.
taking that risk of going with the group versus going with what you want.
Uh-huh. A more conservative. Yes, if my friend's going to TP somebody's house, I'm gonna go because that's fun. I'm gonna take a risk. Am I gonna go do that by myself? No,
No.
I ain't crazy. But with y'all, I'm crazy. So yeah. So that's all that means. The group would do more risky things or risque things than they would do if they were by themselves. Here's the number of group sizes that is deemed appropriate. Somebody tell me what's the number size for adults?
No more than 8.
No more than 8. Look for that special number 8. For some reason, 8, I like 8. I love 7, but 8 is great. For small kids.
No more than 4.
I also saw a tricky question that says, out of the adult or something, what would a kid size be? And it had smaller and then it had half. And half the size was the answer. 8, 4. So just be aware. And then what's the time frame that's deemed appropriate before I go up and show you
90 minutes
90 for adults and
90 for
for
adults,
like 30 minutes for
30 minutes for
20 to 30 minutes for kids. Good job. Yes. Okay. So the word horizontal interventions, what does that mean? I'm gonna hide it.
got me there. Never heard of it.
So there's a horizontal intervention, and then there's a vertical interventions. So
Sorry. Vertical is they're focused on one person in the group, and horizontal is the focus on everybody.
the whole group. There you go.
Yeah, I remember that because vertical is you stand up by yourself, and horizontal you lay down with others. So
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Horizontal hold because you lay down with others. All right. So those two, vertical and horizontal. Now, screening. It's always important to screen, because you don't want anybody that'll come into your group and just do not let you get your work done. Like, girl, come on, we trying to accomplish something. So, screening. Group leaders often prefer private screening, kind of like an interview type of deal, right? Um, the private screening over group screening when screening potential members. While this is not the most cost of time effective method, it gives a counselor and a client a chance to increase the opportunity to exchange information. That's where we start to build relationships with the people that will be in your group. Cohesiveness is the most important factor leaders should consider when deciding on grouping participants. The least important factor, and this is important, the least important factor in clients' eligibility for the group is their previous, we don't care of how their experience was when they was in group before us. We're not holding grudges. We're not going to judge you. That does not matter. This is a whole different group. I'm a whole different leader. Let's see how it works, right? So we don't worry about that. That is the least important factor. Leaders may choose members they believe are likely easily to confirm. So if it look like I can see that you opening up a little bit, I think I want you in my group. But if I see you challenging everything that I'm saying, I don't know if this gonna work. And it's okay to say no.
Can I just add something really quick, Brittany?
Please.
I feel like I've heard or read or, somewhere in one of these resources, right? That the worst group member is suicidal.
Oh, homicidal, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So just saying that out loud for everybody that it doesn't matter if they were in a group before, but you kind of don't want people,
they
with those
say,
struggles.
I heard that, and you kind of don't even want to have a suicidal group because say they're feeling down or somebody or two of them link up together, and I only know that from the kids. I don't ever, they always
Contagious.
say never put them in a group because they can come up with ideas.
Yeah, it's contagious.
It's
It's not
contagious.
therapeutic
You're
either.
feeling down, ooh, me too.
Yeah, it's not therapeutic to have a
Mm,
suicidal group.
mm-mm,
No, it's not.
mm-mm. And also, kind of if you're screening and you know, and they disclose, or you can see in the interview that this person might have a personality disorder. I mean, if they're showing it in the interview, you kind of want to don't want to pick them either because if they have a manic episode or something happens, then I have to stop the group and you know that it just won't work. Now, if they're able and capable and they are diagnosis, but I mean I diagnose, but you're talking to me and you're okay, then you have a chance. But if you start tripping while we having an interview, I don't think this is gonna work. But yes, no, suicidal groups, no, I don't think that's smart. This is this memory device, but can I tell y'all a memory device that helped me, which it sounds very weird, but I can remember it. Ready? Fish sticks, not pineapples. It helps. I don't know why. I'm always because that sound nasty. So I like it. But this one is finding strange new people again. That's cool. But I like the fish sticks, not pineapples. So of course we said it's the forming. And then it also might be named orientation. Somebody tell me forming stage.
Everybody is just meeting one another. We are just
Uh-huh.
coming together as a group.
I always remember forming with orientation because think about when you go into orientation, everybody
Mhm.
meeting each other. Um, determine group rules, the goals, the task, and guidance needed from the group leader. Somebody do storming.
This is where the group fight. You're fighting within the group. You have conflict and power struggles.
Yes. And they don't have it on here, but it's storming, transition, and the conflict stage. You are absolutely right. Um, somebody can do norming.
This where the group set rules, like norm, facilitate.
This when they starting to get close and starting to look out for the leader, you know, and start to calm the groups down and everything. Somebody do performing.
It's kind of like they're trusting like their stories that they're sharing, like they're comfortable enough to begin to share with the other people and kind of seeing that maybe they do have like actual similar stories.
Yeah,
And they're
we
not too
working.
far apart.
Yeah, we working. People crying, people hugging each other, saying it's all right, getting tissue.
It's the
That's
productive part of the group.
That's the best part, right? That's the best part of the group. And then somebody can do the last part.
It's the end.
It's the
We are
end.
saying goodbye.
Adjourn, termination, mourning because they're crying. We're not gonna see each other no more. Um, all of that good crying stuff, right? Types of group. Before I go up, what's the types of groups?
Primary, secondary, and church.
Tertiary.
Tertiary. That's a funny name. Well,
Mhm.
all right. Primary, I always remember primary because of preventing. PP. It emphasizes on preventing problems and developing healthy behaviors. I just looked for both of the P's, preventive, primary. Okay. This would be if we're talking about teen pregnancy and we want to prevent it and we're starting a group. We're going to talk about some birth control. We're going to talk about abstinence first, please. We're going to try to prevent it, right? So just so happens they're already pregnant. Then we move to secondary. Somebody want to explain secondary?
These are your groups where the people are already at high risk. They are high risk for it. And
Look for
so
two words, prevention and remediation. You want to prevent it from going even more, and then you want to remediate what the problem is already there. Thinking twos, secondary, prevention, and remediation. Perfect. Tertiary, somebody want to stab that one?
These are the ones that are in recovery, right?
Yes. Rehabilitation. These are people think long term, um, like PTSD, mental health crisis, all of those things. Most of the time, this would take place in clinics, hospitals, rehabilitation places, and things like that. These are like the extreme. So these are the different groups. Whoops. I'm back. Y'all see it? Okay. Homogeneous and heterogeneous. Somebody want to crack it?
Right. So homogeneous mean the same. Heterogeneous meaning is different.
Every time you see a homogeneous, the prefix homo means same. The prefix hetero means different. Just like, all the other things. And then these are types of groups. So there's counseling groups. Okay, counseling groups is for growth, development, removal of barriers, prevention. So this is like what type of group that we just talked about?
CBT.
Is this a primary, secondary,
Primary.
or tertiary?
Secondary.
Oh,
Primary
Is it
Primary
primary?
group. This
oh,
would be a primary group. We're trying to prevent,
prevention.
we're going through problems, and things like that. Guidance, always remember guidance as a guidance counselor at school.
So
That's how I
guidance,
always.
would guidance counselor be a primary?
Guidance, I will say it's a primary because it's not a
Okay.
problem. They're learning how to prevent
Okay.
not getting a job or not failing, right? But
In
I just always
Ohio, they're
remember
not
guidance
allowed to call
counselor.
the guidance counselors anymore. They call
Yes,
them
they don't. They call it psycho.
School counselors.
school counselors. Yeah.
Yep. And they change guidance to psychoeducational kind of, they put that together. I just read about it. Then you got your psychoeducational, and
Those are learning and teaching groups.
that's
Like
your
it's
learning and teaching
class.
groups. What part would that be? A primary, secondary, or tertiary?
That'll be secondary. Oh, well,
Could be
it could
both,
be
right?
primary. Yeah.
It can be, it's preventative
Yeah.
and it's remedial.
Oh, secondary.
It'd be a secondary. Because if it's a problem that already happened, right?
Right.
Now let me teach you about it. So you're pregnant. Now, all right, now you gotta take prenatal vitamins. You gotta go see a doctor. You gotta make sure, you eating healthy. You can't eat them hot chips. You gotta eat some food. All right. I always think about teen pregnancy.
And we could try not to get you pregnant again.
And we try not to get you pregnant again. Because after you have this one, if you don't get on birth control, ma'am.
Right.
Yes. Then your psychotherapy, what is that? Primary, secondary, or tertiary?
This is tertiary. This
Yes,
is
because baby,
inpatient.
you're in treatment, okay? We are in the clinic. You have some PTSD, some things that's going on. This is psychotherapy, so we got to go deep in you to see what's happening. Self-help,
NAA, like that. Those type of
Yeah.
that's
things.
our
Those
AA
tertiary
groups.
too.
Now tell me something special about self-help groups, somebody.
You're not licensed. It's the person that deals with it can lead it.
Anybody can lead
Anybody
it.
can lead it.
The only professional information they seek is from consultation. That's it. Structured. What's a structured group?
Like a IOP group.
Those like closed groups, right? They have a plan.
They have a plan, it's quick. This would be something like you see learning job seeking skills, navigating through loss. It's a reason you're here. Let's just go through it and let's get it done, right? Then there's task groups. This is a task group we're doing right now. A study group. Us. That's how I'm always remember that task group. It's us. We're studying, we're trying to accomplish something together, trying to pass, right? And then you got your T groups. T stands for training. In
Mm-hmm.
training groups, it seeks to improve or observe interpersonal skills. So you see these like at work, right? Training groups. Just like if it's a consultation person that come and they're trying to help um, us learn some things, and maybe the boss needed consultation because everybody not getting along or whatever, that'll be a T group. Who want to hit learning styles?
I do it.
Thank you.
So you have autocratic. They make quick decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Laissez. Do you want me to do them in order or don't matter?
However you want. We could just talk
Oh,
it.
laissez-faire. To me, the way I remembered it, they're fairly lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Take your time. Let the process happen. Authoritarian. That's the boss.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you exactly what you need to do. They make real quick decisions.
Yes.
And democratic is everyone has a say or input.
Yep. Now, autocratic and the authoritarian, most people might not like it, but that would be the most effective group. Because it's going to be facilitated. This is the goal. We're going to get it done. Let's do this. But most people do not like it, okay? Because they don't like being told exactly what to do, but that's their problem. You don't like to be
Mhm.
told what to do, and that's why we're in the situation that we're in. Democratic, yes, everybody have a say so. Something about this leadership style I hate, and I'm not going to talk about my principal, but she is so democratic and laissez-faire that we are everywhere. Okay? There is no defined nothing. It's just, all right, let's just do it. And it doesn't work that way. And I see exactly why that is not the most effective. It's desired because no one is being micromanaged, right? Nobody's being told what to do. However, when it's time for tough decisions to be made, we hanging.
Right.
So that's democratic. Everybody have a voice. Everybody have a say. So y'all, it's so frustrating in my leadership team meetings. Like everybody have a say so, and I'm like, can you just tell them no? This is how we're gonna do it, so we can get this party going. But she's a democratic leader, and I hate it. Okay.
That is so good, Britt. I had a group supervision today and I was like so frustrated with my boss. And he was like, "Is there anything that I can do different?" And I was like, "Just be present.
Everything.
Like, just be present.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like even though they don't like you said, like hoover over you or whatever, we still need that leader
We
though."
still need you to lead. Yeah, I need a little authoritarian in it, right? Directness, not passive. Got you. Laissez-faire. For some reason, this yields the best results. Not having anything to do, it yields the best results, I guess, because that's the opportunity to see the group actually work it out and handle themselves and figure it out, you know?
I guess it would align with that autonomy.
It would align with the autonomy. Yeah.
Well, isn't that the whole point of the group? The group is the
Running it.
becomes the leader. Like,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
end up having the solution. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily
Yeah.
the
And
leader. We're
then
just
then I guess at
facilitating.
the end you can let them know, look what you did. So yeah.
And when you're
But
not looking
regardless,
for someone to give you the answer, then you have to step up to
you
the plate.
already have it.
Right.
Yeah, the answer is
Mhm.
within you. So, yeah.
So do that help? You think like that probably help them when you go through another situation? You already seen you did it this time. You can do it. Yeah, I can see that. Laissez-faire. But regardless of the style, all group leaders demonstrate empathy and caring, right?
Mm.
All right. So group special, there's two types. There's the process and there's the product. Anybody want to tell me the difference? And it's all in the questioning, that's all. What's a product leader? I mean, a process leader.
They're more focused on the process that happens, the way that it runs, not so much the outcome, which is what the
Yes.
product would be more focused on. We have to get this specific thing done, and we're going only towards that. Whereas
Exactly.
the process is more important,
So
And
or
you know
product
more
how
focused
on your
on.
productivity.
yes. You know how I look at this? The product would be a behavioral approach. They only care about what can we measure, right? So the examples they have here in process would be more of a client-centered, oh, what's happening? Why he feel that way? It might be some underlying thing, you know? For an example, a statement, and they said a test may ask what statement would be a process leader or a product leader. So a process leader would be John always responds with criticism when Mike speak to him vulnerably. Oh, it's all about feelings. Oh, look how Sarah just moved in her seat when Joe just looked at, you know? Then you got the product, which I always think behavior, measure. What can I measure? John will know he has accomplished his goal when his anxiety is low enough for him to schedule the NCE. It's the behavior part. The product, I always think behavioral. What can I measure? Basically, what can I see change? Here, I can see this is happening. I wonder what makes them feel that way. Process, product. Some group have more than one leader. Somebody want to stab it?
Brittany, you got a question in the
Oh, I'm
chat.
sorry. Y'all know I can't see. Let me see.
I think someone's just asking if you'll
Oh,
provide this.
yes, I'll give y'all. I sure will. Yep, I sure will. I'm gonna put my email in the thing because I try to find a way for me to let me see if I copy and paste it really quick, if it'll do it. If not, just send me an email. Oh, it did work. See if y'all can open it. It didn't open? Okay, I'll send it. I'll put my email and then y'all can email me and I'll send it in there. So when there's two group leaders, what's that called?
Co-leader.
And
Co-facilitation.
what can hinder? What can be horrible to have a co-leader? What can happen?
Two different theories, like if you're working against each other.
Mm-hmm. They don't know who's the lead. Like we have to be authoritative to see who's gonna lead it and who's gonna be my co-leader. Because we can't have two main leaders because it's gonna be a rivalry, right? If I'm doing CBT and you want to do narrative, we got to figure out which one we're gonna work on because you want them to rewrite their story, and I'm telling them they need to change their faulty thinking.
Right.
So we have to be on the same page. The pros to it is you got four eyes on the group. Nobody will feel left out. Um, when somebody is having counter transference toward a member, and I can see that my partner is getting annoyed with Joe, I'm gonna step in. Hey, you take a back seat. I got you. I can see he getting on your nerves. Or if someone's sick, you don't gotta cancel. You got a whole nother leader that can come, right? Uh, yeah. What's also important is how you sit. So proximity. Two co-leaders, I mean the leader and the co-leader, you never want to sit side by side facing the group because they said that creates like an alliance, like
Mm.
us versus them. So I sit on this side and you can sit on that side, and I have some members right here and you have members right here, and it look like we're a happy family.
Okay.
So
Sprinkle throughout the group.
sprinkle throughout the group. Like we in this together is not just the counselors and then
Right.
y'all. Tell me your problem. And then they said if it's a different culture in there and we're leaning forward trying to hear their problem, that can come off as disrespectful. I even know some people how it would come off disrespectful, especially if you're sitting like this and you're like, okay, so what happened? So just know that can come off harmful or disrespectful to people who are different race than you. So the way you sit, and then you will notice people that sit closer together, just like normal stuff. People that sit closer together, they have some things in common, right? Like the way we dressed. I'll get closer to her. Like, okay, you could see the people who start forming subgroups in your groups, but that's, you know, what they say. And then you got the roles. Somebody want to give me a role and why?
Um, let's see. Which one? The storyteller.
What the storyteller do?
Talk about stuff that don't got nothing to do with the group. The
Just be
stuff that's going,
talking,
the topic that's going on right now. Just everything else.
just throwing us off course.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Somebody give me another one. Now remember, the members don't know that they have that they have these
Oh,
roles now. This
right.
is a secret
Yeah.
between the counselors. So this is something we can reflect on after group and was like, who you think the harmonizer? Um, give me another role.
You got your joker who always telling jokes that is like they're sarcastic.
At the wrong time. Class
Mm-hmm.
clown. Because
Yeah.
they don't want the attention on them.
Highlight on them.
Yeah, like And then they also call the joke no, they call the integrate they call them they have a peeping Tom too that will always make a joke about something inappropriate.
The instigator.
Instigator.
Yes. Instigator. Yeah.
Just nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody give another one.
What about the gatekeeper?
The gatekeeper. What about the gatekeeper?
They kind of help keep the flow of conversation going, ensuring
Yeah,
that everybody gets a chance to speak and things of that nature.
but why they do that?
Take it off of them.
Yeah, to keep the attention off of them. Yeah.
And they secretly want to be the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
They secretly want to run the group, but I can't, so I'm gonna make sure y'all do what y'all supposed to do.
Yeah.
I need a job.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody give me another one.
The harmonizer.
I think I'm a harmonizer.
Yeah, they try to make the group get along.
Yes.
Feel
Can we
alive with
all
feelings
just get
and emotions.
along?
Yeah.
Another one?
Isn't there a blacker or something like a,
Yeah.
Oh, follower.
or
Okay.
maybe that's gatekeeper.
Scapegoat.
The scapegoat. What about the scapegoat? The
Scapegoat.
poor scapegoat.
Hmm.
What happens with the scapegoat?
Everybody gang up on them.
Everybody
Yes,
gang up
that's the
on him because he
person that
don't
they
say
gang up
nothing.
on. Mm-hmm.
We need to send him to assertiveness training.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where else do we see scapegoat?
In a family.
Family session.
Who?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely family session.
Satyr. Yes,
Virginia
sir.
Statir. I wish I
Here.
had
Here, I
one
knew.
because I
Okay.
know. Virginia Statir. She is strategic, right?
Yes.
That's
Mm-hmm.
the planter, and she made like the different family,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. Give me another. The Energizer. We can do it. Come on, y'all. Come on. We got this. We got this. Come on, y'all. I think that's me
Talking the group
too.
up.
Like y'all got it. We gonna pack. We here. Okay. Then there's the follower. He's just gonna do what everybody do. He's just gonna follow behind everybody. And then the interrogator. Just rude. I just had to say it. Y'all was thinking it. It's like, girl. Okay, and then each of these roles fall under one or three of these categories. There's task roles, which guides the group towards making decisions. That's a positive role. So there's two positives and one negative. Maintenance role, which promotes a supportive, nurturing atmosphere. And then there's self-serving that hinders progress and work against the collective goals of the group.
Mm-hmm.
The study of the relationships within the group setting is called sociometric. And then sociograms are here. Anybody know what a sociogram is? Okay, anybody know what a genogram is?
It sounds just
Okay, so the genogram is in families, right? You can
Yeah,
see who's
Mhm.
connected. Sociogram is just friends or group. Okay, this is how
Okay.
you just map out who is who. You see how it's the female, it's the male, and sometimes it'll be like a dotted line, like they have tension towards this person, and this person, they got a good relationship with this person, and then this person, they really don't really like them. And that's all you're doing is seeing the relationship within the group on a sociogram.
Okay.
It's just a map, just like a
Socialize with one
genogram,
another.
just not your family. All right. So that's all for group, but I got some questions that we can do and practice. Let me pull up my, hold on. Already ready. Y'all see it?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, we on pocket prep. I just have 15 questions. I promise. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's together. Cohesiveness.
Okay.
All right, we working. All right. How would countertransference most likely manifest itself in group work? A group member treats the group leader as one of their own family. B, the group leader allows the group to form family-style bonds. C, the group leader treats a group member as one of his own family members.
C. C.
Countertransference.
Yeah.
It's A. What the group member?
It's B or
Well,
C.
counter transference is the
Countertransference is from the
Onto
counselor
the
to
group.
to the client, yeah, from the
uh-huh.
Yeah, it'll be C.
client.
So C. Okay.
So it would be C.
Final.
Transference.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, countertransference. That's the counselor to the clients. Transference, the clients to the counselor. How should informed consent be assessed in group work? Do we know about how informed consent works in group before
Yes.
we answer? Okay.
Yes.
Initially and continuously, as needed, initially and as needed.
A.
This is an ACA.
Here
We
we
know.
go with
Yeah.
I think C.
What does it say in the ACA Code of Ethics?
Oh.
Your informed consent would be at the initial and it
Mhm.
continues.
It
right.
Even
continues.
if we
A.
change the style, it
Yep.
continues, right?
Right. So it's A.
Yeah.
There you go. That's in anything, even in private, all of that. Informed consent happens at the beginning. Remember, because we telling them everything. This is how
Right.
you're going to pay me. If you don't pay me, I got a collection agency. If you're gonna use insurance, this how it needs to be billed. This the kind of techniques I'm gonna use. I'm not gonna talk your business unless you tell me. If I see a judge and they tell me I have to tell them this, everything go in there. And then I'm gonna bring it back up to you in the middle of us talking. Okay, you remember that informed consent? I need you to sign a new one because I'm gonna go ahead and change up something. Okay, so continuously and initially. Perfect. What is meant by initiating in a group context? When a group leader ends the group, when a group member takes action, when a group leader provides direction and keeps the group on task. Initiating.
B.
B.
Mm-hmm.
We all saying B?
Yes.
C. Let's see why. Because remember, initiation is gonna come. Who have initiating as one of their
The leader.
core skills? The group.
Oh,
Corey.
surely does.
You remember he said
Initiating
initiating is
means
a
to
core
start.
skill. There you go. We all learning. Y'all know I'm an energizer. Come on, y'all, we got it. So yes, the core skill is coming from the leader. The group leader provides direction and keeps group on task. Which of the following would likely be the focus of a psychodynamic approach of group work? Psychodynamic, who is that?
Sigmund
Who is
Freud.
it? Freud. So what's Freud words?
Unconscious.
Unconscious.
There you go. You see how that works?
Mhm.
And they said this right here, pocket prep, these are how the questions are worded, the closest on here. So, psychodynamic, that's Freud. He talks about unconscious and all of that. That's how this will be a quick, easy answer. What is the ethical requirement of group facilitators, if any, towards members experiencing distress due to the business of the group? Too much is gone. The scapegoat is breaking. Okay? He tired of everybody blaming him. So what we do? A, distress is a natural part of group process.
No.
We do no harm,
Right.
Exactly.
right?
That's missing them.
Uh-huh. So no. To provide an array of treatment planned counseling services, this is group work.
Right. That's an
Counseling
individual
services
thing.
based on the nature of the distress, or to be able to provide appropriate support.
Go with C.
See?
See?
Everybody saying C?
Mm.
Because remember, we just talked about the difference. Treatment planning, counseling, we're in group. Do I really have the time to stop the group, go to you, come up with a plan, go through the plan, see if you know the plan, you get it, and then come back? No, that's individual. I need to refer at this the point. Good job. What role does a person take on when they become the focus? Y'all know.
See?
So,
Say it with your chest.
See? Yeah.
The scapegoat, poor scapegoat. You got a assertiveness training. I'm gonna refer you when we're done. All right. What is the main purpose of Gestalt group therapy? Give me some Gestalt words and things and
Here and
why.
Here and
now.
now.
Here and now.
Here and now and
Unfinished business.
Unfinished business.
unfinished business. Now, since we know that, A, support group members in exploring their perceptions of reality, traumatic exploration, or communication training.
A.
Here and now, reality. There you go. How should one deal with hidden agendas in the therapeutic group? Question group members individually, identify and confront them, allow the group to address them. Hidden agendas. First, let's talk about that.
Mm.
A hidden agenda is what?
You have other plans for like that group or to get something out of something else type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like
ulterior
intention.
motives.
Yes. That typically probably would be negative, right?
Right.
So how would we handle this? It's a therapeutic group.
So would we allow the group, we want the
What would we
group to
take
get,
out? Let's do process of elimination.
we'll take out A because we individualizing them if we do that. It's a group.
It's a group. Uh, I
Can we
would,
take out confront too? Confrontation.
Because we
but
do that.
remember, what
They
was one
come
of,
out in group though.
The drug
huh?
group.
But remember, we're a group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause,
So you're gonna have some confrontation in
Yeah,
group.
you're gonna
They're
have
going to confront.
confrontation with
Yeah.
us.
We're gonna have some confrontation. And remember, confronting, that was one of who? Core
cool.
skills.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So I'm wondering if it's C, being that we want the group to be able to communicate and work with each other, right?
Now, if we're doing a laissez-faire type
Okay.
thing, then maybe, but it's a hidden agenda. So
So it's
what would I pull out? Another core skill. What would I do? It was one of those two words I said we have to know.
linking. No, it's
Blocking.
blocking. Okay.
We got to
Block,
block it, right?
identify, and confront.
Let's see. There you go.
Mm.
But it's a group. Let's see. This is the explanation. Groups may have hidden agendas. I can't see the other side because we right there. Somebody else can read it. Oh, I
That
got
is
it.
there. Maybe some issues or conflict or even unspoken concern that will meaningfully affect the work of the group if left unaddressed.
So we got to block it.
Said if you leave it to the group, the issue may not emerge in the open soon enough, and and confrontation is the best handled within the group process
There you go.
as a fair
Mm.
chance.
I bet you will never miss that one again. Which of the following accounts for the increased interest in brief group therapy? New research, practitioner experience level, economic effectiveness, increased interest.
I'm gonna say increased interest. I was gonna say
A.
C, but yeah, no.
Accounts for increased interest.
So new information, new research. Maybe they're thinking,
Mm-hmm.
okay, something new and different that I haven't tried before. It might work, and it's short because it's brief. So let's give that a try. So maybe yeah,
Mhm.
Are we gonna go with A?
Yeah.
yeah. Wow.
Let's
And
see
look,
And when
why.
they say
I
go
was
with your
going
gut, go with your
I was
They
gonna
say
say
go with
C
the
because
first thing.
first thing you get. Yeah.
you got
Somebody
to be
read why
careful
it's
with that
C.
new research. According to the ACA ethics, you got to be careful when like using like people's research or whatever like as
It hasn't been really tested out. Is
yes,
that
it
That is
hasn't
not.
been tested out. So when I looked at that, I was like, I don't know. That's fun. Like
Somebody read why we wrong.
brief therapy in both individual and group context is taking on a larger role as its economic effectiveness seems to make the most of insurance and other funding mechanisms. By its nature, brief therapy in its various forms is about identifying quantifiable solutions that can be achieved in a time-limited context. Insurance pays more for it.
Insurance
There will
pays
be insurance will
more.
pay for.
Now you know you make the most money by running groups, right,
Yeah,
guys?
yeah.
I heard.
Yep.
We could charge 75 a
Mhm.
head. Well, economic, that's our answer. Which of the following is the main reason for failures in co-leadership of groups? Failure in communication, failure in collaboration, difference in therapeutic orientations.
So first off, we know that all of this is a reason, but what? They want to know the main reason.
Best
Okay.
answer, right? The best
The
answer.
best answer for failure.
I would say collaboration. Because even
Wow.
if you have different orientations, I mean, counseling skills are counseling skills. You're not
Yeah,
against
you
one another.
can be a
So,
therapist that only do EMDR, and I
yeah,
can be a therapist that do CBT or REBT. However, when we come together,
Gotta
yeah.
collaborate.
we got to be on one accord in front
Or
of
is
these
it
people, or they gonna
communicate? Oh
see.
my God. Oh. So it's
So
definitely
let's
not
say,
between A and B.
nope, you say it with your chest.
Okay, B.
There you go.
A.
Collab. Come on now. This is a collaboration. Think about what's two things. It's a collab. Simple as that. Yeah, we can fail in communication, but that's why at the beginning I'm gonna let you know I'm leading, you co-lead. Yeah. Or you want to lead, whatever. So that's set in stone. But we gotta collab. You can't be mad at me and I see somebody that's struggling, but I'm gonna let you handle it because I want you to fail. No. So there are many potential methods of group leadership. One of these is co-leaderships and co-facilitation. Facilitation. Remember, those two go together. Which involves two therapists attending and performing the leadership role in tandem. The main vulnerability with this model seems to be failure in collaboration of one kind or another. The co-leader disagrees on structure. They fail to meet. The co-leader disagreed on structure. The leader runs it now. We're gonna have to get that set in stone. Maybe next time you be the leader, but I started the group. How does we already know narrative therapy, right? We should answer this easily. How does narrative therapy help a client self-define? What's the whole purpose of narrative therapy?
To create a new narrative. The story you tell yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll
What
be
you
A.
say?
A.
A.
There you go. Something we already know, man. Nothing in group that we talked about narrative group. I mean, there is a narrative. No, one of the pioneer people focus on narrative therapy, but we just answer that from knowledge. How might cultural norms differ from group norms? What is a group norm first?
The rules that you set within the group.
How the group operate. This how normal. If Tasha and Keisha are gonna fight, we know that. They're gonna fight every day. They fight every day. That's our norm. That's just what we do. So cultural norms often change when group members from their own culture. Adapting to group norms may take adjustment relative to cultural norms, or the two are generally the same in most therapeutic groups.
B.
B.
There we go. Should group leaders discourage storytelling in a therapeutic group?
Therapeutic group.
Discourage storytelling in a therapeutic group. Isn't that the purpose?
It depends on the nature of the story.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
You know
C.
what they're talking about. They might be
Yeah.
talking about something.
They might be talking about something. They might be having a breakthrough. They might be, we Norman, this is what we do, we working. Right? It depends on the nature. Now, if it's the storyteller that's talking and talking and throwing us off, all right now, stick with the story. But yes, that's part of group therapy. How is a counseling group different from a psychotherapy group? What happens in the psychotherapy group?
That's remediation groups. They're working
And where is that taking place?
inpatient.
Okay. And then group work, let's see. There is no difference, and the names are interchangeable. A counseling group deals with the commonplace issues of daily life, or the psychotherapy group deals with the commonplace issues of daily life.
B.
B.
Exactly, because no psychotherapy do not talk about no common. We talking about what? I don't see no
Real
lady right
life.
there. What you talking about? Who you see?
Can you
Your
explain, like, I'm
schizophrenia is coming
confused.
out.
What is commonplace? What does that mean? Like, I don't.
That means what's happening. Like for example, if we're running a group, The commonplace would be what's commonly happening. When you think about psychotherapy, most of them don't have really much in common because she might be schizophrenic and I might have a personality disorder and they might be PTSD. We're not in a common place. I mean, probably are.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Like a
Conspiracy.
CBT group would
Commonplace
be
could,
good right there too. Like a group talking about addiction.
Yeah.
Right. Depression. Just
Okay.
common,
Okay.
common
Yeah,
thing.
but you over here saying you see somebody that's not there.
Okay.
That ain't common.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, A, that would be the answer if it was counseling and group therapy groups, not psychotherapy. They kind of interchangeably. Last one. All ready? What is the main advantage of summary feedback in group work? Addressing lingering issues not openly addressed, updating the group on group process, or it motivates members to give themselves credit for making changes.
See.
We talked about it. Remember we talked about it in that laissez-faire? Giving them credit, y'all did it. I didn't do it. There we go. Good job, guys.
I have a
Okay.
question.
Uh-huh.
When is your next group? Because I've been doing this group like checking in every now and then, and I would say this has been the best group I've attended.
Y'all
I
like
love her groups.
it.
They are
No, seriously,
her group is the
it's
bomb.
like a teacher opposed to just reading off of a piece
And
of paper.
I cannot learn like that.
Yeah. And it was like sweet, simple, short, to the point. You
Not
like,
2 hours.
uh-huh.
It was perfect. Seriously,
And
I
look
got a
how we
lot
answer
from this
these
group.
questions. Look, 87%.
All
Okay.
her groups are like that. She's so visual. She is the bomb.
I am
Vivid.
such a visual and auditorial. Like I gotta, yes, the
Yeah.
next one, I know somebody just came in, no worries. I recorded it. I'll send it to you just to make sure.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Um, the next one, I am going to roll it to social and cultures. No, I'm lying. I'm going into assessment. I
Ugh,
did a
that's what I
research,
need.
but now I want to do assessment. So we're gonna do that next, if that's okay. I'm going to do it on a Thursday again. These are my best days, Thursdays at 7. So my goal is to hit it next week, if y'all okay. If not, I'm gonna record it.
Yes,
Sound good? All
sounds
right,
good.
send me y'all emails if you want this visual. I
Thank
can
you
send it
so
to
much,
you.
Brittany.
You're
Thanks,
thank
welcome,
you,
Brittany.
y'all.
Brittany. I appreciate it.
Thank
Come on,
you.
Thank you
y'all.
so
Put it in the
much.
chat, Brittany.
Yeah, no, I put my email in the
Okay, because
chat.
I got your
Email me
email.
after
Okay.
this. That's a
I'll
little
email.
easier.
We gonna pass, y'all. We gonna pass.
Who is she? Who is she? The
Encourager.
Energizer.
We sure is.
All right,
We
everybody see
thrive
it?
in 2025.
Yeah, I
Oh, we
got it.
gonna
Brittany, what
pass.
was the last class you did? Was that group as well?
What was the last one? No. AC, was it Code of Ethics?
Okay, because I got the email you sent me in
Code of
January.
ethics. Did you record Code of Ethics?
So here's the deal. When I record the videos are long. So I
Okay.
had to make a YouTube. I do not do YouTube, but I did not want to really just send my videos to the group because we vibing, right?
Right.
So I had to
Okay.
make a YouTube channel and I put them on there. So I'm gonna put
Oh,
this one on there
girl,
too.
listen. I'm gonna just go catch it then because I was about to say I didn't get the slide.
And I have the slides. Just send me the email and I'll send
Okay.
y'all everything.
All right.
Everybody
Thank you.
seen them? Okay.
Brittany, I'm not really sure how I found you. Like, I think this is my first time. I guess it was just in that NC support.
Yes.
Do you have like a specific page or you just post there?
I I post there for the groups. However, I record them because I have certain members that can't make it and I don't want them to miss it. And they're like, please, I don't want to miss it. So I record them. But it's so long that I have to upload it to a YouTube channel. So I have a YouTube channel, but I really don't have a YouTube channel. Does that make sense?
That
I
makes
got it.
perfect sense.
But
Okay.
is
So
your
what
if
I'm
you
YouTube
saying
send
is
channel?
me,
like, is this the place to reach you? Like, is this where you will post when you're
yes,
doing classes
FaceTime. I
and
mean,
stuff like that?
Facebook. Yes, yes.
Okay,
And if
that
Y'all
y'all
gotta
ever
get
want to
her.
just,
Y'all gotta get her study guide too.
I have a
Oh
study
yeah,
where do I
she
guide.
get
has
that?
one
I'm willing to
It's
get
on
it.
on Etsy.
Etsy.
Y'all
Really
gotta
do.
get it. Y'all gotta get it. Y'all ain't gonna
Wait,
be.
I think I saw. Okay, if you could,
That was
I emailed you earlier.
series,
If
the
you could
last
just
thing
send me
you got.
the
Email
link
me, I'll
to it.
send y'all everything.
Okay.
So,
Thanks, Tiff.
Brittany, your
Yeah.
YouTube is under your name.
Yeah, send me an email and I'll send you the link. I
Okay,
don't
I will.
I'm not even good at that, but yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, Brittany, I need that link. This Tiff. I need that link for the YouTube.
Okay, everybody have my email address, right? Oh, you want me to put it in again?
I just
Yeah.
sent you the email. Thank you. Have a good night.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. See y'all next week.
Thank
All right.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome. I just did it again just in case. You send it to me, Tiff?
My email.
No. What you needed?
Oh, my email. I need the YouTube.
Yes. Okay, yes.
The YouTube.
Email me.
Yep.
I'm about to send it to y'all.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
All right. Good night. See y'all later.